Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kalan from White Glove Models. Welcome back to the channel. This is Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan at the Workbench. Sorry about the light, guys. I tried to do my best to block it out as much as I can, but here in Northern California where I live, in the early mornings, the craft room that I work in and share with my wife, the sun basically shines directly into the room, and I'm trying to do the best to block out as much of it as I can, but it's a little bit hard. It's kind of funny because we actually got rain for the first time in a long time here in Northern California, and we really needed it. As some of you know, I am a firefighter, and the fires here have been just outrageous this year, and so the rain does definitely help, and thankfully we've had some rain. But this morning the sun decided to pop out and show its face again, so it is going to be a little bit weird, and I might have lights shining in my face every now and then, but bear with me and I'll do the best that I can. So I basically just wanted to show you guys some of the projects that I'm currently working on, and some that you haven't seen yet that will be coming to the channel soon. One of the things is the production time on some of these builds is taking me a very long time because I have to record a ton of stuff, and a lot of times what happens is, you know, maybe 8 hours of recording a certain project and or the, you know, which comes with all the different things that come with that, with building the model, priming it, sanding it, and painting it and all that. It takes hours, and then I end up producing a 15-minute video of the build. So just, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with some of these. A lot of them are in production, and just it takes some time to do that. So bear with me, and there will be some great stuff coming to the channel. We're going to talk about some of those today. And a few other things I wanted to go over is subscribing to the channel. So we currently have 21 subscribers because we are a new channel, and I'm just trying to get out there and produce some great videos for you guys. And if you know, subscribing, it doesn't cost a thing. Basically what subscribing is, when you click subscribe to the channel when you're watching one of the videos, it's like friending somebody on Facebook, basically. So all that does is it just says, hey, you know, I like your videos, and you can also hit that like button on the videos, which definitely helps show YouTube that you guys are enjoying the content that I am putting out there. But when you subscribe, doesn't charge you or anything like that. Basically all it is just saying, hey, you know, this guy's pretty cool, I like his channel, and I want to see more. And it just lets you find me more easily if you're trying to find me on YouTube, and maybe I don't post something on Facebook, and you that way you don't miss any videos that maybe I put out. So it'll just, if you hit the bell button, and the notification button is what they call it, it's a little bell. If you click that, you can either have notifications sent to you on your YouTube or whatever anytime that I do post a video, or you can choose just to not have any notifications at all. So you can just, whenever you feel like coming and seeing a video, you can just come and do it, and you don't have to worry about being notified every single time. So that's basically it. And in order to do live streams, I need 1,000 subscribers. And the best part about live streaming is, so this right now, you know, you could be joining me and interacting and asking questions, and we could have a little chat, which is kind of the fun part. It's almost like a Zoom meeting on YouTube live, and you can ask questions, and it's just a lot of fun. And so let's get those subscribers, let's get the numbers up there so that I can start doing live streams. And most likely Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan will be live once we do reach that 1,000 number. So I don't know how often I'm going to be doing the Sunday Morning Coffees with Kalan. Probably, for now, I'm going to shoot for every other week, just to keep you guys updated on what's happening on the Workbench and different projects that I'm starting or doing. And, you know, and then you guys can also maybe interact with that and ask questions to me from the channel during the week, and then I can answer those questions on Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan until we can do live stream, and then he can do it live. But, you know, there are some weekends where my wife and I would like to go and do certain things. So I'm going to just shoot for every other Sunday for right now. And hopefully I can keep that schedule going for you guys so you can look forward to every other week seeing a Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan from the Workbench. So with that said, I think we already talked about subscribers. One other thing is, so part of the reason that some of my video format has changed, and I am changing the format of the videos themselves, because there are a ton of tutorial channels out there that do tutorials on the builds. And, you know, I thought I'd try doing that. I started it. And the problem that I ran into was I was no longer really having fun with the build. And I wasn't enjoying it because I was trying to make it too perfect. And if you don't know me, that's kind of how my mind is. have a little bit of OCD, and things have to be just right. And you know what? That's just not the way that I wanted this channel to go. I wanted to more just showcase some of the builds I'm doing, some of the work that I do, and different things that I'm learning along the way, especially when it comes to airbrushing, because airbrushing is new to me, and I've learned a lot so far, and I will be posting more videos about that because there's been some mistakes made, and I've learned a lot through the process, and also from watching other YouTubers and asking other modelers questions, and Facebook forums. There's different forums and groups that you can join. And they have, you know, some people are producing amazing stuff, and they tell you how they do it. And that is awesome, because then I can take from that, I can do whatever, you know, I glean from those people and apply it to my building, and maybe make some mistakes along the way and share those with you and how I fixed it, or some different ideas that I might have and how I made it happen. So that's basically the way I really wanted this channel to go. So I'm kind of moving back into that direction rather than doing tutorials. But one of my big problems right now is my camcorder. When I was building the paint booth, I had it up on, it was on its tripod, and I had the tripod so I could get a good view down onto the project for the paint booth. And so I had the tripod up on sawhorses. Well, me being clumsy, I knocked it over and I destroyed my camcorder. The camcorder was huge in allowing me to take footage of building stuff out in the shop or in the carport or whatnot, and taking you guys with me away from the computer and everything here in the at the workbench. So right now I'm kind of limited to what I can do because I don't have a camcorder, and I'm not going to be able to replace it for a while. So there is something that you guys could do as supporters of the channel if you would like. I do have a Patreon page set up, and it's only $1 to join, and you can either keep your subscription going for $1 a month, or you can always give more if you would like. And what that does is that gives me some extra money to put back into the modeling and helping sustain the modeling hobby, and purchasing new kits and other supplies. And it also would allow me, for any proceeds that do come from the Patreon channel, it would provide me the opportunity to purchase things like a new camcorder if I need it, and lights, because as you can see, I'm trying to do some green screen stuff too. And the problem that I'm running into are lights. I did set up the green screen behind me, and I just didn't have the right lighting for it. So one of those things that I will need to eventually get is better lighting, so that this channel will be way more fun for you guys. So that's just one of those things that would really help sustain the channel and help me out in the long run. And as a patron, you do get some extra benefits. One of the things that you'll get to benefit from on Patreon, if you do become a patron, you will get to see videos that I don't put on the channel, some extra behind the scenes footage, as well as you get to chat with me. You can email me all you want, and you'll especially get to see some of the behind the scenes work, like on the Bismarck. I'm not going to be posting a lot of that on the YouTube channel, some of the changes and modifications that I'm doing to the Bismarck, and that will only be available on the Patreon channel. And like I said, guys, $1 a month, or if you could do more, that would be wonderful, and it would definitely help me out. Another option, if you just want to do like a one-time help the channel out, on PayPal, I do have a PayPal donation link, and you can put in whatever amount you would like to help support the channel, and it's down in the description below. There's a link to that, as well as a link to the Patreon channel. So go check that out, and thank you so much for those of you who have helped and subscribed. And subscribing to the channel, again, is probably more important than even the Patreon or anything else like that, because subscribing just lets my videos be more seen by YouTube, and it will, the more subscribers I get, the more I get to do like those live streams. So anyways, let's get on with some of the cool stuff that I have for you guys. That's enough of me rambling on, and let's see what's happening here at the Workbench. So one thing that I did get in, so these are going to start piling up here because, sorry about the lights, guys, but I did get pack 2 of the Bismarck in from Agora Models. So I've already opened it up, checked out what's inside. There's a lot of cool stuff coming down the road. Thankfully, there's not a lot of parts in here that I need to modify. Just a couple of them I do have to prime and paint. And then I'll get started building those. So let's put this off to the side. And then, of course, we do have pack 1, which is, there's only a couple parts in here because the rest of it's over at the paint booth, which you guys will be seeing here in just 2 seconds. And I'm going to probably start building that. I said originally, I know I said I was going to start building it this last week, but I'll explain in just a minute why that didn't happen. So this week I definitely will start part 1 of the Battleship Bismarck. And a couple other cool things here. Let's get this back out of the way. And as you guys know, this Land Rover Series 3, I've been dying to get it started. I started it this week without you guys. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of it because there were some decisions that needed to be made before I started building it, and part of those decisions were on whether it was left-hand or right-hand drive, which I'm going to go with the right-hand drive because I am making the British version of this. But then they also had, excuse me, some other options for like a German version and things like that, and also how the seats were put into the vehicle. So basically what I started, and I'll get this out so you guys can see it. I have, let's see, Land Rover parts right here. So the seats, I assembled the seats that go into the model because you had to make a decision on the seat layout, and that affected the entire rest of the build on what version you were going to make. And for this particular one, I wanted to end up going with the 3 seats in front and 3 seats in back. So that'll be pretty cool. And so I've made that decision. I've gone through the entire build catalog and made sure that everything is marked the way that I need it. And I put Post-it notes over the areas that I don't need to do. So that will be started filming probably today. Actually, I'm going to start doing the build on that one, and I will get that out to you guys. Another thing that I got that was really cool from Bare Metal Foils. So loads of people sell these. You can get them even at some stores, some box stores and stuff. But I went to baremetalfoils.com. What is it? Yeah, baremetalfoilcompany.com, and for way cheaper than buying it with the marked up version at some other retailers, I got the ultra bright chrome, the ultra bright chrome, which looks like this right here, and then the matte aluminum, as well as the just standard chrome. So I'm excited to try using these, get to work with them a little bit and see how well they do. So you will see that on a few different models, and man, I'm so glad that I got it, because it's just one of those things that really makes a difference in your kit. Moving on, let's head over to the Workbench real quick. So I'm going to take this little guy, and it's kind of funny because I went through this weird little airplane kick and started buying a couple of different aircraft kits, and this was one of them because I wanted to try an Atlantis kit, because I've never actually used one before, or so I've never actually built one before, and so I was curious, and I ended up buying this one because it was super cheap. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby for like $5 or $10 or something, but I ended up buying a couple different versions of the B-24 and B-25, and I didn't realize it. And so this one I decided, well, since it's a Atlantis kit and I'm not familiar with them, I'm going to turn this into a test mule. And as you can see, I have been testing various different things. And the rest of it's over at the paint booth. We'll see the other parts that I've primed. But the fit on this was really not too bad, to be honest, but then there were huge gaps, and like here in the wings, so I probably added like its own weight in putty, but anyways, I'm trying to fill it. That was the other thing too. So the landing gear on this was really bizarre. So you had two options. You could either have the landing gear up and put it on a display base that comes with it and have it in the air, or you could have the landing gear down. Well, I ended up going with the gear up, or the gear up, because see this little section right there? If you were to have the gear down, they wanted you to just stick it in there, and then you'd have the landing gear down. Well, then this part, which is part of the landing gear, would not look right. And it looked really funky to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to build it with the gear up. And I kind of added some more, like a little tiny hubcap there. But yeah, so that's basically what I ended up doing, was putting the wheels up. And it'll just make it a lot easier, especially since I have decided to turn this into a test mule for different paints, primers, and other things. I also, just testing out doing different fillers as well. The rest of it is over in paint. You guys will get to see that soon. I haven't put the body together yet because I have to paint I think I already primed the interior cockpit area with the pilots and all that, because that has to go into the body when you put it together. So I haven't put it all together yet, but this is just one of those little projects that I'm doing on the side to build a test mule. So let's get this out of the way. And then, oh yeah, and by the way, Richie over at RW Hobbies, he sent me this really cool sticker. I haven't put it down on anything yet because I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. And so thank you, Richie from RW Hobbies. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. He does a lot of aircraft and a few other things, and really great guy. I really enjoy watching his channel. And then he's also been helpful with kind of some questions that I had about different builds. But this is the Airfix 1/72 scale submarine Spitfire. Again, another Hobby Lobby find. It was on sale for $5, so I got a couple of different ones, including the Mustang. And again, with that price point, I'd never worked with Airfix before, so I wanted to build a couple of test mules, or just one, and then maybe do some really nice work on the rest of them. But one thing that I did notice with the Airfix kit is the plastic is so soft, so you have to be really careful. And I'm glad this is becoming a test mule, because if you even get the tiniest bit of glue on any other surface that you're not gluing, it just eats this plastic away. So anyways, the rest of this is over in paint. You'll see that here in a minute. But I just put these together, the wings together last night. There's some holes that they have where there are no parts to go into those holes. So I ended up filling them, and just still a lot of work to do on this. And, you know, some might say, well, if it's a test mule, why don't you just slap it together the way it is? Well, part of the thing that I'm testing too is, you know, different glues and putties and other things like that, and how they react with different things. So there's that. And then another kit that you guys haven't seen yet. I did release the unboxing, but I have hours and hours of filming to go through and edit down so that I can put, this is the Mini Craft model kits, 1/4 scale Messerschmitt BF 110. And I love these little 1/4 scale by Mini Craft. This went together very well. There is a ton of detail in it that just surprised me. And I've finally got it primed, and now it's ready for paint. I had to do a bunch of filler here on the underbelly. And just a lot of different things, and the propeller spin. But yeah, I'm getting ready to paint it. I'm trying to decide on what I want to do, but I'm going to end up posting this as just a single video for the full build of it, because it is just a little kit. But it's turning out great. I'm really happy with it, and you can't wait to show you guys the finished model. So put that back up here. Here's the canopy for it. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, you'll see this in the build when I finally get all the footage put together and do the full build on it. But the canopy, I tried a couple of different things, and it's got this little tiny antenna. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it's got this little tiny antenna, and there is going to be a wire going to the back tail fins. But yeah, I ended up using the micro crystal clear, and I don't know if I rushed it or not. I let it sit for about 2 days, and it seemed like the micro crystal clear never fully hardened strong enough to keep this from moving around. So I did a huge no-no, and on top of the micro crystal clear, I put some CA glue or super glue, and of course it clouded. So, but this is so tiny and so miniature, I don't really know if it's really going to matter. And but I'm going to try a couple of different things, maybe sanding it down a little bit and trying to polish it and give it that shine back. So anyways, that's another project that's coming to the channel, so you guys will get to see that here in the near future. I'm hoping to have it finished here in the next couple weeks, hopefully. The paint's going to take a little bit of time. I'm still waiting for my paint order to come in from Hobbies Unlimited. She had to do some, and this is Hobbies Unlimited in Portland, Oregon, by the way. Stacy, the owner, she had to close her shop, and it's so sad because it was the oldest hobby shop in all of Oregon. And Oregon's, you know, Portland's about, I think about 5 or 6 hours from me. I live down here in Northern California, and but she mails everything, and she can find things that I need that I can't find, because the town I live in, we don't have any hobby stores. The nearest one is Medford, Oregon, which is about an hour away, and they're kind of limited to what they stock as well. So with the Tamiya paints, which I like to use, and stuff like that, she has been super helpful. So her website is just starting to get finished up. She's having to do a whole new website for mail order and different things like that. But she's working on it. It's almost up and ready. It should be ready by the end of the month. I talked to her on the phone the other day, And but yeah, she's just been a huge help in helping me find the products that I do need. And so she'll be sending those out. I think she said she'll get them in on Monday, and then we'll be mailing them out to me. So then we can really start painting, because I'll have the paints that I do need. So again, if you're not familiar with it, check out Hobbies Unlimited in Portland, Oregon, and their website will be up here pretty soon, and just a great company to work with. So there's my little plug for Stacy at Hobbies Unlimited, and let's head over to paint and see what's happening over there. Okay, so I'm trying to do this. Unfortunately, my tablet's battery is almost dead, and I have to have it plugged in. So here we are at paint, and so as you can see here, the GTO did get its first coat of color. This is the body color I ended up mixing up. It's got some Tamiya royal blue, a lighter blue, as well as some metallic. And here's the problem. So I was starting on the paint on this, and everything was going really good, and then all of a sudden it just flipped off the body. I didn't have it secured good enough underneath, and the body went flying off and ended up rolling down over onto the table while I was painting. So I stopped immediately, and I need to sand all of this down, and I'm just gonna probably do a quick wet sand and then see how it looks, and hopefully I don't have to strip any of the paint off, and then I can finish painting it. The other thing, the hood turned out beautiful. I don't have it out right now. It's in a box, but I'm trying to let that cure so I can do the clear coat on it. So let's go ahead and move the GTO out of the way, but give you guys one last good look. I think this side. Yeah, this side's got a little funk on it as well. But there's the GTO. She's coming along really good. This is the GTO bottom, which I originally had painted it black, and I changed my mind. I ended up, because I want the kind of that metallic look, and then I'm going to spray in some black on the bottom. But you guys will get to see that when part 2 of the GTO comes out here in the next few weeks. Then on this one, we have, of course, the Bismarck. This is the only part that I'm kind of waiting on, and I just painted this, I think, on Friday, and it should be just about ready for its flat clear coat, but I am waiting on the flat clear to show up, hopefully from Hobbies Unlimited this week, and then I will get the flat coat on this, and then we will be able to put her together. But it's looking really good, and I'm really proud of the tape job that I did on it. So there's a little sneak peek at that. So here we have the rest of the Bismarck parts. They're all painted up and ready to go. So as soon as I can get that flat clear painted on them, then I will start putting everything together, and you guys I'll just start rolling out those Bismarck builds for you guys so you can see those on the channel. And then here's more parts for the B-24J bomber, and oh, there you go. I ended up going with a black primer, but my gun did not like, so this is the Iwata Talon that I use, and it just, for some reason, it was not liking the black Stynylrez. So I don't know if I had something in my gun plugging up the needle or whatnot, but I spent like a couple of hours trying to get this to spray right. And this is really good primer. I do like it, but I don't know what was going on. So I'm going to try that again. Usually I reserve Sundays for priming and painting, but since I did so much painting throughout the week, I'm going to take a day off and not do any more today. But yeah, these parts I had some trouble trying to get primed, but I did manage to get the, here's the cockpit. So these are the little guys for and the cockpit for the B-24J, and that is all ready to paint up and make it all pretty. Then I had to do, before I could put the Spitfire together, I had to do the cockpit, which is this right here, and I'm going to be painting it and adding some details. And then this is the pilot for the Spitfire. I don't know if you guys can see him. So I've got to do a lot of itty-bitty detail work on him. And then we have the actual Spitfire body. So before I could put it together, again, I needed to paint the cockpit and the interior, and then also prime this section here, which will be visible because the glass on this is really, really nice. But there you go. That is the Spitfire in production. And again, it's just a test mule. I don't know if I'm going to actually put, you'll see it on the channel. Because I'm going to be trying different things and different paints on it and stuff like that, because it is a test mule. But I'm not going to put a full build on the channel for this guy. I do have some other Airfix kits that I will be doing more of a full review on, so you guys will get to see that. Well, there you go. That is everything that I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning, and I hope you guys enjoyed this segment, Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan at the Workbench. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and all you really got to do is there should be a little icon somewhere there that has my logo, and all you got to do is just click on that, or you just go to the little red subscribe button, click on that, and let's get up to and over 1,000 subscribers so these Sunday morning segments can be live streamed, and you guys can ask any questions and chat with me live right while I'm filming it, and it should be a lot of fun. And I do look forward to being able to do stuff like that, because I do enjoy interacting with you guys and answering your questions. In the meantime, if you do have questions or just want a shout out from me on the Sunday morning segment, all you got to do is just either send me an email. The link is down below, along with the link to Patreon and a few other different things as well. So just go down to the description below of the video and hit see more, and you'll see all the different links that I have, as well as some links to places like the Hobbies Unlimited in Portland, and a few other different places where I do spend my time when I'm not making videos. But go ahead and send me those emails and questions that you might have, and I will gladly answer them on the next Sunday Morning Coffee with Kalan. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And if you do want to check out the Facebook page, there is a link for that below as well. And other than that, thank you so much for joining me, guys, and see you next time.